I really enjoyed watching our team play. We were good. I thought we were pretty good from the start and got better as the weekend went on. So it was really enjoyable. Not an easy place to play, and they competed hard and they were challenged hard by their coaching staff. So I really liked the way that our group, pulled together as a team and played as a team, played as a unit. Seemed to be one heartbeat within the group. So it was really enjoyable to watch. I think there was joy for Gordo. I don't think as far as the team, it's like, oh, thank God. But I think it was a joy. Everybody had a joy for Gordo because he plays the game the right way. He puts the time in. He works extremely hard. I mean, how many goalposts can you hit? He hit crossbar Friday. I mean, multiple goalposts most every weekend. And then this one was just a really quick play where Elias stripped a guy from, on the back pressure in the slot area and made a quick feed over, and Gordo snapped it off. I don't know how. I hope the goaltender pulled a groin or a knee or something for Bowling Green. Hope obviously we're hoping that he's okay on the play, but it was good. Maybe it takes a little bit of pressure off because I do think that we, individually and collectively, when we live in the world of expectation, in that social media world of expectation, where we've seen it over and over. I've seen it in 40 plus years of coaching, or 40 years of coaching, anyways, whatever. That there's expectations play a heavy burden on individuals if they don't get off to a really good start, and that's always a concern. When guys are trying to sign contracts, or we see it often in seniors, we see it often in sophomores. Junior years seem to be pretty, we seem to bounce back to who we are pretty much. But guys that have had 3 decent years or have grown for 3 years, you've seen in their senior year where they're playing for a contract at things, they kind of grip the stick tight sometimes, things like that. So we're happy for Gordo, but it's not like he hasn't. I mean, he should, not could, but should have probably 7 goals and could have a dozen. Empty net goals with the goalie out and right on the doorstep. So gripping the stick a little tight. Hopefully this loosens the grip up a little bit. Well, we've been scoring on Friday nights for the most part. It's Saturday nights that are the tricky one. And again, Saturday night we had a 5-minute power play at the end. Got chance. I think we got a dozen scoring chances or 10 scoring chances anyways on the power play. I think we get a little bit predictable on Saturday, and during the week we kind of try to look at what may work against an opponent. We run that, and then on Saturday the power play, if you looked at this Saturday and last Saturday, they looked identical. They go back to that same look, but when they don't look like that, when we practice all week long and do something, on Friday nights we seem to get, even if they're off scramble plays, they're different. They give the penalty kill a different look, something that they didn't practice during the week and things. So, again, I thought we moved the puck around, but I thought we were really predictable on Saturday night. You have to have a dimension, multi-dimensions to your power play that you're trying to do. If you see this, or if this isn't working, try to do this a little bit and see if we can open it up a little. And I don't think we have. It seems to just evolve into Stiven on the half wall looking for something, and goalie makes saves because he's it's easy to see what we're throwing at him. He's doing a great job. He and Casper are just absolutely incredible. I think some of our D in the early going have I think our D is really good. I think we have a good defensive core, a capable defensive core that's got a lot of facets to it. The steadiest part of our defensive core has been Casper so far, and Victor has been mostly in with a little bit of struggle in some areas, but he's really evolving. And I thought last weekend he and Casper were both absolutely off the charts in their overall their anticipation, elimination of time and space. With that, coming off of some structured defensive play into creative offensive play. So, and you know, the ability for D to jump or the ability of D to pinch, things like that comes off of having the coverage around them. And defense is structured. However, however team gets into it, it's structured. Offense is you know, a lot more free will and ad lib, but be able to get into that offensive transitional stage, you got to have some structure defensively. And we had that, and they read off it really well. And then when the play breaks down offensively, then it's not being too far out of position to get back into that defensive structure and do it all over again. I thought our guys did a really good job of that. I think we had 85 attempts on the net on Saturday night. That's a lot. That's thrown a lot of net and a lot of pucks at the net, and you know, several good scoring. We made the goalie move on some saves. On a lot of saves, the goaltenders had to make saves. They weren't just easy shots. So, but I thought Victor did. I thought our defensive core did good. Thought Victor and Casper were outstanding. I mean, we're relying on them on defense, but when you get them jumping into plays and doing what they're doing, it's a big deal. It was big for us. Yeah, and he skates well. And he can recover. He can do that and get back and recover. I mean, it just adds a huge dynamic to us because, you know, and that's why he's drafted, and that's why he's here, because he wants to play in the NHL. And you know, obviously, with both he and Owen Baker being here, that's no discredit to them, because look at Michigan State, number one in the country, and you know, Knights knows what he's doing. He knows the type of players he wants, and has done it there. That just kind of with Victor kind of is like, you know, I love it here at Michigan State, love it, but my goal is to sign a contract with New Jersey and have an opportunity. So getting his game back to the player that was drafted is a big deal. So having that player with that mindset and that motivation is you know, obviously you can't add a value to it. But again, I think our whole defense, I think our D crew has a few guys have had a little bit of an identity crisis as to playing the way they want to play versus not the way that the coaching staff wants them to play, but versus the way that they can have success, which means not getting themselves into trouble trying to make that big home run play all the time. Whereas then all of a sudden we're playing a whole shift in our zone or something. But making the simple play and taking what's given to them. And I think the whole group is starting to settle into that. Get into a performing stage of their year. Because again, Bowling Green's a hard team to play against. They've been playing everybody tough, and I thought our guys did as good as anybody's done against them. So and they're good. They're. I like the way they play. I like the way Bowling Green plays. I think Denny's doing a great job. Solid. He did. I'm trying to think now. He didn't give up one on Friday. Saturday they didn't beat him. They didn't beat him with a shot all weekend, except for on the penalty. Those shootouts, they can take those, and they've been a nemesis for us, haven't they? But in over many years. But he got beat on a backdoor. A play that we were set to cover but didn't cover. They were able to rotate it a little bit and move the puck quickly, and how they scored on Saturday is exactly how we were preparing to not let them score. So kudos to them for pulling that off. Quick bang play backdoor in the net. Then the other one was a goofy bounce off the boards. And looking back at scoring chances, we had the same opportunity in the first period. We were just a nothing play. We were doing a line change, kind of sent a soft rim in. Stiven was going down on the forecheck, and the puck bounced off the same board, same thing, popped right out to the slot, and Stiven got a good whack at it. They got on the power play and obviously played for it because they had two guys right in perfect position to, with a bouncing puck, whack it back and forth and bounce it out of the air and put it in an open net when our goalie was behind the net. So he never got beat on a shot in the weekend. You can't ask more than that out of a goaltender. You got them just like we got Mankato in here after having a really challenging series against Northern, and they got Lake State, who's a really good team. When I'm watching them, they could score, and they're getting really good goaltending out of their freshmen, and so they're going to come in with a little bit of an attitude. So we got to match that attitude to start with, and our 4 losses have all been on our ice. So our people here are going to question whether we can even play or not. But then they probably watch on Midcoast Sports and say, is that even the same team that we're watching? But they do a great job there, and they're taking on the world right now because they probably think the whole league's against them, because they're jumping leagues and and going to this greener pastures.